What is going on, AFW faithful? It is your commissioner, Mr. Down the Middle, the peacekeeper, the major brewer, the man that makes the beers and watches the wrestling on the clock, Dylan Gilbert. And with me, as always, are my two friends, the Daredevil Dave Dahl. Introduce yourself, sir.
Is your friend, your hero, your My House Sports Gear sponsored athlete, Retromania Wrestling superstar, or Virgil, depending on who you ask. King of the downvote, the head of AFW Breakdown, and I am asking anybody listening to the pod or watching, if you do not want your Legends 12 Junkyard Dog collar and chain, please give them to me. I have ideas for the Fed, for my photography, and for Breakdown, for these dog collars. I need them. But anyway, who's ready for another exciting episode of Breakdown? Only 2 weeks until Halloween.
And standing on the other side of the ring, our good friend Jerry Cook. Take it away, sir.
It is the major brawler, the major dad, the heart and soul of the Major Pod Facebook group, the El Presidente of the Carnage brand, Jerry at Jerry Damage Cook.
Man, I thought about it all week. I was gonna put myself over as the man with the best hair in the Major Pod group to see if we can't get some fake heat with Aaron Ortiz, but I forgot as always. And so
well, I'm going bald, so I can't compete in that one.
Hey, look, so my I'm not sure about my mom's side of the family. A lot of them it left us too soon, but my dad's side balded quick, so I'm just like, I'm gonna enjoy it while I got it, and when the time comes, I'm just gonna go Walter White. Just gonna go cue ball with the beard.
Don't do the comb over.
No comb over. I'm shaving it.
And it's like bald spot on one side, and then he makes a bigger bald spot on the other, trying to cover it. It's terrible.
I'm gonna rock the luscious Seth Rollins, AJ Styles hair here until I can't anymore, and then I'm shaving it all off and rocking a beard. But enough hair talk with the boys of AFW. And last week, I think, was one of my favorite episodes we've done. Let's see if we can top it this week. We are on the road to Halloween and All Hallows Eve. And kicking off the action this week is the Breakdown brand. Dave, you up for the challenge, my friend?
Always up for the challenge.
Would you say that you're always ready?
No, that says always Effie.
It does say always Effie.
But I'm always ready. Not to copy Matt Cardona, but, I live for this.
He's a Carnage superstore.
I was trying to get a cheap Effie plug-in. Effie, if you see this somehow, I love you.
Get a figure so Dylan can draft you to his developmental.
Please, look,
roster.
I'll find a way to get him into my mid-series show. Don't worry, it's gonna happen.
The fake internet champion. Oh wait, no, that's Orange Cassidy right now.
Hold on. The fake internet champion or the real internet champion? Matt, if you find this, I love you still. It's too good not to do, though. Sorry. All right. Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wrestling action figures needed an alternative. They needed a new era. They needed a change. Ladies and gentlemen, AFW is that change. Welcome to AFW Breakdown!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AFW Breakdown, where we have another action-packed episode just 2 weeks away from Halloween, where every match has been announced and you will see Kenny Omega versus HBK, Shawn Michaels, in the main event for the world title. And we cut to the backstage area and we see Hurricane. He's in the back practicing those parkour moves that didn't work out for him last week. And he starts, just doing his little jumps. And all of a sudden, John Morrison comes in and he starts doing his and he's showing up the Hurricane. He's showing him up. And Hurricane just kind of stops and just walks away looking kind of angry. And then he's walking down the hallway and the Clique is there laughing laughing at the Hurricane. Oh, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Triple H, Shawn Michaels just laughing at him. And the Hurricane stops, turns around in a breath of bravery, looks at him, and he's like, "What's up with that? Who do you think you're laughing at?" And they're like, "You, who did all those fancy little flips and stuff last week and then got caught with one kick and got beat 1, 2, 3. Hurricane tucks his head down and looks up with a fierce look, and he just goes, "Well, if you guys think you could do any better, well, how about this? I'll face any one of you later on the night. Anyone. You guys can pick them." And Hurricane storms off as we cut to commercial.
27 minutes, 52 seconds.
I forgot to put this song into my playlist.
Just sing it for us.
I can't. I can't sing. I can't sing. Okay. We come back. Not for this little part that plays before this song. And on the stage, you see the casket that Darby and Taker were thrown into last week. It came out more powerful. It's on the stage. It's glowing purple again. Purple lights are flashing everywhere. All of a sudden, the lids flip open, and the Undertaker and Darby raise up out of the stage through the bottom of the casket up, and they walk, stepping out of the casket down to the ring, getting ready. And the announcer goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, your first contest, making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Undertaker, Darby Allin. This match will be for the Intercontinental Championship." And his opponent, who I kind of forgot at the moment, now I remember. This is the one match I didn't write down like Darby versus before I started writing down stuff. Because, you know.
Breakdown brought to you by the word
who the hell? Can't find their music now either. Here we go.
26 minutes, 16 seconds.
Making his way to the ring, the challenger, Ray Phoenix with Pentagon Jr. Ray Phoenix makes it down to the ring. Penta standing on the outside, Taker on the outside, with the urn in the corner. Darby and Ray start off the match with a couple of standoffs, back and forths, a couple of quick moves. Darby going for some coffin splashes in the corner. The Jungle Boy. Jesus. Thanks, Ray. Ray Phoenix moves out of the way of the coffin splash. Comes in with his own forearm, taking advantage a little bit. Darby now coming back, taking over as we cut to commercial.
25 minutes, 22 seconds. And for audio listeners, I was doing the Lucha Express with
Jurassic Express.
Jurassic Express.
It would be the Lucha Express with that.
Yep.
Man, you're taking time away from me and stuff.
Sorry, go ahead.
Seg 3. Ray Phoenix is taking the advantage during the break, but Darby sits up when Ray Phoenix goes for a moonsault off the top rope. He just sits up out of the way as Ray Phoenix crashes and burns. Darby then, as Phoenix is settling up, goes for the over-the-top stunner, climbs to the top rope, coffin drop. 1, 2, 3. Penta comes into the ring to check on Ray. Taker comes in from behind him, goozles him, big choke slam for his trouble to Pentagon Jr. Taker and Darby are standing there. Darby goes over the corner, grabs the urn, and as he does, you see a bright flash of purple light, and the lights go out. The lights come back on. It's just Penta and Phoenix laying down in the ring as we cut to commercial.
24 minutes, 8 seconds.
Seg 4, Rey Mysterio is making his way to the ring. If I had his music ready. I'm messing myself all up today because freaking the commissioner here. Your next contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, Rey Mysterio. Before we get flagged. and his opponent, making his way to the ring, one half of the Outsiders, representing the Clique, Scott Hall. I just like that entrance song. Scott Hall makes his way to the ring. Ray starts off the match real quick as the ref rings the bell, running circles around Scott, getting some quick kicks, ducking under him, trying to grab him. Some punches, some kicks, more punches and kicks. Ray has Hall off his game and keeping the pace up. Finally gets Hall set up for the 619. But Nash has made his way down to the ring and distracts Rey Mysterio. Hall gets him up for the Razor's Edge or the Outsider's Edge, whichever one you want to call it. Hits it. 1, 2, 3. Here's your winner, Scott Hall. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are celebrating. Nash made an appearance here tonight wearing his Outsider gear. The new Legends 12 figure. Gotta love it. And we cut to commercial after that match.
22 minutes, 3 seconds.
Woohoo! And ladies and gentlemen, our next contest. Making his way to the ring from somewhere in the jungle. Representing Jurassic Express, accompanied by Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy makes his way to the ring. Stop it. And his opponent, one half of the Hardy Boys, the charismatic Enigma, with Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy. Jeff makes his way to the ring with Matt. They start the match when the ref blows the whistle. And they start off with a bunch of stalemates, getting Jungle Boy some recognition here by the legend Jeff Hardy. And it's just a bunch of stalemates. Matt Hardy trying to distract, but Luchasaurus kind of, enforcing his presence on Matt Hardy. And it's just a bunch of stalls. Finally, out of the crowd, Kurt Angle comes with a chair, cracks Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus is laying there. He's out. Jungle Boy's distracted by this. Turns around, eats a twist of fate. 1, 2, 3. Here's your winner, Jeff Hardy. And the music cuts. Kurt and the Hardy Boys are beating down Jurassic Express. Out come DDP and Bam Bam to make the save, chasing off Kurt and the Hardy Boys as we fade to commercial.
20 minutes, 8 seconds.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Bullet Club, one half of the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows with Carl Anderson. The Good Brothers make their way to the ring, getting ready for this matchup, and his opponent, representing, if I can find the music. I gotta get a lot better with this music stuff.
Come again?
No, I'd rather not.
PG, folks, PG. 19 minutes, 18 seconds.
Representing the Clique, the Game, Triple H. Triple H makes his way to the ring. And he tries to outmuscle Doc Gallows with the height advantage. And Doc Gallows just pushes Triple H off. Triple H comes running in, eats a big boot by Doc, laying him out. And out of the crowd comes the masked man from last week, laying out Carl Anderson and hiding from the referee. The referee's out on the outside checking on Carl, like, what is going on? He gets in the ring. He hits a kick to the gut to Gallows. Hits an X Factor. That's an X Factor by the masked man. He pulls Triple H on top of him. And the ref comes back in and counts the 1, 2, 3. Kenny comes running out of the crowd, or running out of the entranceway, chasing off Triple H. Triple H laughs his way up the ramp as he just picked up his second big win in 2 weeks after beating Kenny last week with the help of this masked man. As we fade to commercial.
17 minutes, 44 seconds.
Triple H, we come back and Triple H has regrouped with the rest of the clique, with Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, and he's like, see, the masked man came back and he's helping us again. Do any of you know who it is? Come on, you saw it out there. You know who it is, says Scott Hall. You know who it is. It has to be family. You saw that. And Triple H is like, yeah. And Nash goes, hey, boys, who's going to take care of that clown superhero tonight? Who's going to do it? And he's like, I'll do it. I'm the biggest one out here. I'll take care of him. Shawn Michaels looks up. He goes, nah, I'll take care of him. Shawn, shouldn't you rest? You have that big title match at HELLoween. Shawn's like, guys, it's that laughingstock, the Hurricane. I'll be fine. So the Bullet Club wind up running into the clique and confronting them, saying, their boy X-Pac has better give it up. Better just unmask himself and reveal it's him. This is getting old real quick. Triple H, you're the jobber of this group. You can't beat us in a fair match. No, you need a masked man to do it. Click just look at him, laugh, and walk off like they don't know a darn thing as we fade to commercial.
16 minutes, 10 seconds.
We come back from commercial. The Rhodes family is on the screen. And Dusty is talking. Listen here, babies. You know, we're not afraid of that Ring of Turmoil match. LOD, you should be afraid because the Rhodes are going to be let loose. We get no rules. We can do whatever we want. I can bring my trusty bull rope with the cowbell. Cody can bring his dog into that ring. Pharaoh. He can bring Pharaoh, and Pharaoh will eat you like you are a pork chop. But see, we come Ring of Turmoil. You're going to have to face your own devastation. Because us, baby, are ready to eliminate you. And Cody just looks over his father's shoulder and goes, remember, there's more than one royal family in wrestling. As the screen fades to black and we go to a commercial.
14 minutes, 55 seconds.
Seg 9. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Daredevil Dave Dahl here, bringing you the rundown for HELLoween. At HELLoween, you will see the Jurassic Express get a measure of revenge on Kurt Angle and a 2-on-1 no disqualification match. You will see Rey Mysterio in a grudge match against Triple H. You will also see a 3-way tag team dance as the Good Brothers will take on the Outsiders and the Lucha Bros to be crowned the number 1 contenders for the AFW Breakdown Tag Team Championship. As you just heard from the Rhodes family, you will see the tag team champions, the Rhodes family, defending against the Legion of Doom in the return of the Ring of Turmoil match. You will also see the Hurricane take on John Morrison in a parkour challenge, whatever that may consist of. And in the main event, you will see Kenny Omega versus Shawn Michaels as he defends his AFW Breakdown Championship. That all will happen October 31st at HELLoween. And Hurricane makes his way to the ring after the rundown. If I bring up his music, that would be nice, huh?
13 minutes, 10 seconds.
I got plenty of time.
You got plenty of time.
Stand back! There's a hurricane coming through!
Hurricane looking unusually angry and upset and just ready to go for this matchup. As we fade to commercial. We come back from commercial. And his opponent from San Antonio, Texas, representing the Clique, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels made his way to the ring, just laughing, dancing, having a good time, taking it easy. The match starts, and Shawn Michaels is just toying with the Hurricane, just messing with him, pushing him to the side, sidestepping his lockup attempts, tripping him, just being a bully, just bullying him in this beginning of this matchup. Hurricane finally just stands up, walks right up to Shawn Michaels' face, gets right in it, and like, face me like a real man, face me like I actually am a challenge, because I will deliver. Yelling at Shawn Michaels. Shawn kind of just chuckles and pushes him back. Hurricane comes and lays him out with a big right hand. Shawn Michaels just is down and staring at Hurricane in shock. Hurricane jumps right back on him and just starts beating him up like Ralphie to the bullies in the Christmas Story. Just beating him up without the curse words. Beating him up as we fade to commercial.
11 minutes, 22 seconds.
Seg 11. HBK is taken back over during that commercial break. And instead of being all pissed off and just beating up, as you saw the devastation in the picture-in-picture during the commercial, Shawn Michaels was just destroying the Hurricane. And he's back to being all cocky. Just beating him up a little bit, getting his shots here and there. Hurricane starts coming back again. Some big punches and a clothesline. Getting up top, hitting the big cross body. 1, 2. Shawn Michaels kicks out. This was almost another upset, like Triple H beating Kenny Omega last night.
Last week.
Last week, yeah. Sorry. And Hurricane starts to break out some parkour moves to confuse HBK. HBK is frustrated, trying to catch him. Ref is distracted, trying to keep track of where the Hurricane is going. Kenny Omega slips in the ring, hits Shawn Michaels with a V-trigger. Hurricane then hits an eye of the Hurricane. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, the Hurricane.
Stand back! There's a hurricane.
Kenny and Hurricane are celebrating. Kenny's laughing. The rest of the Clique come out, and Kenny and Hurricane bail before they get there to the top of the stage. And then the Masked Man hits Kenny with an X Factor on the stage, setting the show to black. Dun, dun, dun.
Look, man, I'm going to come back with a bone to pick. Actually, 2 bones to pick. One, you talked about me messing you up your timing, and you had 9 minutes left. And 2, if Pharaoh
down the middle
involved in the Ring of Turmoil and the dog gets hurt, you're getting docked like 6 draft picks. You don't ever hurt the dog.
The dog's not actually going to get in the Ring of Turmoil. I don't have a Pharaoh to use.
Good, man, because like I'm a dog lover, man.
All right. Well, while you're doing
so
your little intermission show, I need to step away for a second. I will return.
All right. So that was this week's
I'm just saying,
edition.
if he had Matilda and Matilda
I do have Matilda.
bit Paul Ellering in the match, that would be a pop for me.
But British Bulldog's not in the match, so that wouldn't make sense.
It's a dog.
Well, look,
Yeah, but
Dog's a dog.
I would need a Pharaoh. I need to go check something. I will be right back.
if the dog bites someone, that's acceptable. But if someone hits the dog, you're docked like 6 draft picks. We're animal lovers here.
If the dog bites somebody, does that count as a draft pick? Since it would kind of
you know
kind
what?
of be a bump. I mean, it's kind of
Technically a bump. Well, we can delve into that one on the roster special after the pay-per-view. Look, man, I've got the D20 of Doom is ready. So that's another week of breakdown in the books. Let's get into Carnage after a word from our finally we have sponsors and the trailer for AFW versus Scam. Stay tuned, folks. This week on AFW versus Scam, the Peacekeeper cruising through the desert in that PT Cruiser, the height of luxury. He's got a shot at making it back to AFW Performance Center. When he gets there, he sees that the Daredevil and El Presidente are standing on their podiums opposite side of the room while members of their roster argue about attack plans to get back at the dreaded scalper, Double H. This moment, the Peacekeeper wheels his PT Cruiser into the Performance Center, jumps up on the roof of it and goes, guys, there's too much talent in this room to fight each other. What if, for 1 week only, we get together, channel all the hate you have for each other, and let's take it to those fools at Scam for what they did to not only myself, but to both of your commissioners, both of your GMs, the men booking your shows, signing your paychecks. I say next week, we load up and we bring it to Scam with everything we've got. I say we endgame this sucker. The roster members look at each other and they decide, you know what? I can do this for 1 week. I can tolerate the guy standing across from me for 1 week and 1 week only. So next week on a very special edition of AFW versus Scam, we've got AFW Final Game. Tune in. And we are back.
Final
Look,
game?
In game.
Final
man.
game.
Yeah, you missed it. I basically implied it's end game.
I get that, but final game.
Yeah, it's the final game.
You couldn't think
It's
of
Double
any other
H.
word besides game?
It's the game, Double H, and we're gonna make it his final game. Come on, dude.
But it's like Rock Hard Steve Boston, right? Like he found
Come
two
again?
different words for Stone Cold
come again.
and made it Rock Hard.
Come
Come
again.
again?
So like you
You're
couldn't
gonna
make
get the Rock
two
Hard
different
Ripper.
words.
You're gonna get the Rock Hard Ripper.
Like damn, man, damn.
Hey, look, the title was a last second change. I had this idea in mind. I was like, yo, let's tease a Civil War,
You could have
and then
been
we'll go
Final
straight to
Countdown
Endgame.
and played.
Well, I'm not trying to. This is the time to not put over one specific member of the rosters. This is the point where all of us go and kick that scalper HH in his ass.
Wow, I just realized I didn't use Daniel Bryan this week.
You're messing up.
Or did I mess something up?
All right,
Oh, they got beat down last week. Of course, that's why they were injured.
it's time
Excuse. Woo.
for this week's edition of Carnage. Jerry, you are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're starting off hot and heavy here with semifinal action for the tag team title tournament. As we see Edge and Christian, who advanced, coming out for their semifinal match against their opponents. The Young Bucks make their way out. Matt and Nick Jackson ready to try to make their mark here. Got some great back and forth action here between two legendary tag teams. Neither team seems to be getting the upper hand as we cut to commercial break. Seg 2. Come back to some great action here again. Edge and Christian seem to be on the upper hand, though, as seem to be on the upper hand and probably close to finishing here, the Young Bucks. We see Christian on the outside taking down Nick Jackson. Edge is ready for that spear. Matt Jackson pops up. Spear to Matt Jackson. As he gets ready to go for the pin. Andrade runs down to the ring and gets in Christian's face. Edge pops up by the distraction. The referee looks to the outside, tells him to go back to the back. But out over the top of the guardrail pops Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero slides in, grabs a steel chair, clocks Edge in the back. Edge goes down hard. Eddie slides out. Andrade backs up the ring. Edge is out. Matt Jackson starts to wake up in the middle of the ring. Not really sure what happened. Edge slowly gets to his feet. Super kick. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. The Young Bucks are advancing to the finals as we cut to commercial break.
27 minutes, 19 seconds.
Seg 3. Continuing with a lot of action here tonight. Out comes Brian Myers here. He's been on a pretty good streak here since ending his tag team with Matt Cardona. And his opponent. Eddie comes out. And the crowd is just booing him based on what he just did. We're getting ready to go. Both men are getting ready to lock up here on this one. Macho Man comes out, grabs a microphone and gets inside the ring. Listen, boys, I got nothing against you, Eddie. I got nothing against you, Brian. But as you know, I'm a special guest referee coming up. And I need some practice. So tonight, referee, you can take a hike. Because the Macho Man is going to call this one right down the middle. Oh, yeah. So the referee leaves as Macho Man takes over for the referee. We start off. We've got some great back and forth action here on this one. These are two workers, man. This is a work rate match. We go for work rate. I mean, you got Eddie and Brian. That would be a banger. Come on.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I mean, two great guys here.
Love them both.
Goes back and forth for a little bit, and then Eddie hits a huge clothesline of Brian over top of the rope. Brian takes a nasty spill to the outside as we cut to commercial break.
25 minutes, 2 seconds.
Eddie comes back in. He's now in control. He's got Brian, hits the 3 amigos on him. Looks like he's going to get ready to put Brian away. Edge's music hits. Edge comes out to the entranceway. Eddie's now distracted, telling Edge, "Hey, no. This isn't right. This isn't right. You cheater, get back there. Get back there." The entire time, though, Brian's recovered, and he's sitting in the corner waiting for Eddie to turn around. Eddie turns around. Spear by Brian Myers. He hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Brian Myers has upset Eddie Guerrero as we cut to commercial break.
24 minutes, 10 seconds.
Seg 5.
Return of the Edgehead.
The Edge
really.
guys.
It's those two Edge guys, yeah.
Those two Edge guys.
Seg 5. Come back, and the lights go out in the arena. Lights come back on. It's Sting! Sting's got a microphone, and he says, "Bray Wyatt, I know the kind of evil games that you're playing. And then the kind of darkness that I don't stand for anymore. So you and your cult, I'm going to put an end to it. You've been running your own little thing for too long. It's time for Sting to extinguish the darkness." Just then the lights go out. Lights come back on. It's a red glow across the arena. It's the Fiend standing across from Sting. And on the other side of Sting now we see Papa Shango and Mankind. Papa Shango and Mankind start to beat down Sting. Sting tries to fight him off, but to no avail. Bray Wyatt joins in, and it's just an obliteration of Sting there in the middle of the ring. Papa Shango lifts him up and hits that Death Valley driver. Mankind hooks in the mandible claw, and then Bray Wyatt goes over, puts his hand on Mankind's shoulder. Mankind looks up and breaks the hold and stands back. The Fiend then hops down and puts his own mandible claw on Sting. Sting is writhing in pain. The lights go back out. The lights come back on. And everybody's gone. Empty ring as we cut to commercial break.
21 minutes, 50
What
seconds.
happened to Sting there? Did he bite off more than he can chew? Who knows? Let's find out next week.
Tune on in.
Seg 6. Boom. Flair comes out, gets in the ring, and he says, "Let's take care of some business, everybody. First things first. Brian Myers, you've been very impressive here the last few weeks. So I'm adding you to the Intercontinental title scramble match." Crowd appreciates what Brian's been doing, so they're appreciative of that. I want to give a big thank you and a big congrats to the Young Bucks on making the finals for the tag team titles. We will find out their opponents later tonight in the main event as Chris Jericho and Elias take on The Rock and Roman Reigns. And I'd like to also personally congratulate The Rock on his new hit rap single, Face Off, which is just blowing up the charts right now. We're great to have that representing the Carnage brand. Out comes Stone Cold. That's all well and good, Flair. But I want you to talk about Macho Man. What? I want to talk about Randy Savage. Come again? I want to talk about Macho Man Randy Savage being the referee in my match against Hulk Hogan. See, I appreciate what he tried to do earlier, coming out here and playing nice, trying to be a good referee. But I'm not buying it. That snake in the grass, he's going to bite me in the ass. He's going to bite me in the back. And that's the last thing he's going to do. So, Flair, if Macho Man makes one mistake, I'm holding you personally responsible. As we cut to commercial break.
19 minutes, 15 seconds.
Seg 7. It is time for the Internet Championship match. The triple threat that we've got. Out comes first Brutus, the Barber Beefcake, the BTFBB, and one of his opponents. Out comes Matt Cardona now, and their opponent.
Stop.
Out comes Orange Cassidy holding that belt. We start off. Matt has a baseball bat. And he takes it and he hits Brutus with it. Turns around and hits Orange Cassidy with it. But there's no disqualifications in a triple threat match. So it's all legal, folks. Brutus stops the baseball bat and starts to try to fight back with Matt. He looks over to Orange, and they seem to be making some kind of a truce temporarily just to try to take out Matt for a little bit. They take down Matt. And then Brutus looks over, and he clotheslines Orange Cassidy. Then he starts to laugh as we cut to commercial break. Seg 8. Come back to Brutus being all in control. Matt still on the outside from that double team. Brutus has Orange right where he wants him. He locks in a sleeper on Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy seems to be going to sleep, but it's hard to also tell because that's kind of how Orange usually is. Orange has him. The referee starts to check him when all of a sudden Matt comes in with a steel chair and clocks Brutus in the back. He looks over. Orange is out. It covers him. 1, 2, 3. Matt has regained his precious Internet Championship and starts to celebrate. When over the guardrail jumps, it's Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley hasn't forgotten about it, about all these vicious attacks that he was doing to him. These two men are fighting and just brawling all over the arena. It eventually gets broken up as we cut to commercial break.
16 minutes, 23 seconds.
Seg 9. It is now time for the main event. Introducing first. This is for the last spot in the finals of the Tag Team Title Tournament. Out comes Chris Jericho with his roadie, Elias. The crowd's singing along to every single word there on Fozzy, on Judas, as Jericho makes his way down. And his opponent. The head of the table, Roman Reigns. And his tag team partner.
Spirit of a lion describes my soul. Give it up to Zion, then my fire grows.
We are getting claimed for sure.
Oh, Tech 9 don't play, I'm sure.
Tech 9 don't play.
That's right. It's the new hit single from Face Off by The Rock and Tech 9.
You should have saved that as your pay-per-view theme.
Oh no. This is The Rock is now he's proud of this. This is his new theme song. I mean, you got if The Rock was on SmackDown and Raw, he would be coming out to face off. Come on. That's
Look, dude,
exactly.
if you had a
clean
song
version
with
of it.
Tech 9, you would be coming out to it every week.
I would.
Too
Don't
many
lie.
cursing, I think, probably.
Well, you got to clean it up a little bit. I'm
Whatever.
sure there's an edited version. This ain't it, but I'm sure there is one. Anyways, so The Rock comes out. The crowd is just loving this right here as he celebrates his new rap single as we cut to commercial break. Seg 10. We come back.
14 minutes, 14 seconds.
Oh, man, I'm going to be rivaling Dave for time left on this one.
It's a
Last
short
week
up.
I had more too.
Short up.
Seg 10. So we come back. It's pretty even here at first, but then eventually the team of Rock and Roman start to gain the upper hand. Elias is in there with Roman, and he tries to take off Roman here and things, but it's just not going their way. And it looks to be in dire straits as we cut to commercial break.
13 minutes, 37
Seg
seconds.
number 11. Chris Jericho's now the legal man in there against Roman. The Rock's on the outside. Elias runs over and pulls the Rock down off the apron. The Rock looks over, tries to send Elias over into the crowd, but Elias blocks it. Elias now, low blow on the outside, but the referee didn't see it. The Rock is now down. Wait, who's this running down the aisle? It's Seth Rollins. As the Rock is down on the ground, he hits the curb stomp on the outside of the Rock. Roman sees that and is distracted. He's like, what is going on? While he's looking and distracted by what happened with Seth Rollins and the Rock, Jericho comes up from behind, rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Jericho and Elias have advanced. They have beaten the Rock and Roman Reigns, and they are advancing to the tag team title tournament finals to face off against the Young Bucks. As we cut to our 6-day and 22-hour break.
Man, 12 minutes and 21 seconds left on the clock. It's a short up, folks. It is a short up.
Wrecker.
And as I sit here with the new Lucha Express right here in front of me, the one that kept bugging the Daredevil.
Pumpkin wrapper is the stage decoration for Halloween.
Hey, man, don't give it away.
Hey, why not? Give them a little insight. They won't see how it's set up until photography time. Except I broke his head off because I thought you could take it off because the pumpkins look like,
Oh, you broke it.
So, literally the glue just came undone on the peg. Here, hold on. See that? It literally just came undone. So I just got to put glue on that, and then I'm good. And it won't mess up the turning and stuff.
Corn, please do not copyright claim this for coming undone.
I'm coming undone today.
Probably about 4 or 5 people caught that reference, but the people that did.
Well, now they have no choice because I sang it. So
it's my good friend Jonathan Davis.
My good friend Jonathan Davis. Well, boys, we've got another week in the books. One step closer to Halloween and All Hallows Eve since Dave went first. What matches do you have confirmed for Helloween?
We have Kurt Angle versus Jurassic Express in the 2-on-1 no disqualification match. Hardy Boys versus the Jersey Triad. The 3-way tag team number 1 contendership match between Good Brothers, Outsiders, and Lucha Bros. Ray versus Triple H. Hurricane versus John Morrison, the Parkour Challenge. Ring of Turmoil. Rhodes family versus LOD. Punk and Danielson versus The Unholy, where if Punk and Danielson win, Danielson gets a shot at the Intercontinental title. Kenny versus Shawn for the world title. I think. Am I missing one? I don't think I'm missing one. No, I think that's it.
Well, we've got 1 week left for you to
It's about like 8.
chain some in.
That's everybody. That's everybody on my roster in the match.
And Jerry,
Well, we need to
what
figure
do
out what's
you
going on with that
have?
masked man, dude.
Yeah,
Is it
I want to
X-Pac?
know who this masked man is.
Dude.
I'm leaning X-Pac, but who knows?
He hit 2 pretty, X Factors during the
So
event.
it's either X-Pac or somebody that's also a fantastic ring worker, which narrows it down to about 100 people. So we'll have a whole lot of speculation in the comments below.
Any guesses,
Feel
Jerry?
free.
Any guesses? Who you think my masked man is?
Yokozuna.
Busted.
Putting an X Factor. That'd be really hard photography to get him all
It's
covered
the
up.
giant.
All right, Jerry, what
It's
do
Lord
you have
Zed.
confirmed for All Hallows Eve?
For the Carnage World Heavyweight Championship, we've got Hulk Hogan defending against Stone Cold Steve Austin with Macho Man Randy Savage as a special guest referee. We've got the Tag Team Title Tournament Finals with the Young Bucks versus Jericho and Elias. And so far in the 6-man Intercontinental Title Scramble match, we've got Bret Hart, Brian Myers, and John Cena announced so far, with 3 spots still to fill next week.
Man, seems like we're gonna have some real fun on our Halloween episode of AFW. Be sure to tune in next week, and be sure to tune in late night on Halloween, or when you're going to your job the next day on a much less spooky day, for Halloween and All Hallows Eve. For this week, I am your commissioner. With me, as always, the Daredevil and El Presidente, Jerry Cook. We are signing off. We'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night. Come again!